How you doing, Sandesh here? I'm going to be reading from Infowars, and it's about JD Vance, who says to young men at CPAC, don't allow broken culture to send you a message basically saying, basically trying to tell you you're a bad person just because you're a man. It kind of that really sounds a lot like on the fact that white people have to apologize for being white, which is just completely stupid. Anyway, I'm going to get into it now. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance pushed back against the woke left's indoctrination of young American men, urging them to reject political correctness and not suppress their natural masculine impulses. Discussing efforts to reach out to young voters at CPAC Thursday, Vance explained that Trump's administration is interested in righting the wrongs of the previous administration so more people can live out the American dream. We want you to be able to raise your kids according to the values that you believe in. We want you to be able to build a nice life in this country that all of us love. That is what we are trying to do, Vance said. Addressing voters under the age of 30, Vance asked them to ponder the following. Ask yourself, do you want safe communities? Do you want a prosperous life? Do you want to be able to work a good job, or do you want that job shipped off to China or somewhere else? Vance went on to describe how young men's participation in the political process aligns with their innate desires to build a functional society, saying men should not feel ashamed for being men. My message to men is that our culture sends a message to young men that you should suppress every masculine urge. You should try to cast aside your family. You should try to suppress what makes you a young man in the first place. And I think that my message to young men is don't allow this broken culture to send you a message that you're a bad person because you're a man, because you like to tell a joke, because you like to have a beer with your friends, or because you're competitive, Vance said to Applause. Our cultural message is it wants to turn everybody into idiots, basically, who think the same, talk the same, and act the same. We actually think God made male and female for a purpose, and we want you guys to thrive as young men and as young women. And we are going to help with our public policy to make it possible to do that, he concluded. Vance's speech shows that the Trump's administration is hyper aware that the left's cultural a Marxist agenda eroded the very foundation that made America great, and they are fighting to rebuild it. The thing is, right, what the Trump administration and what especially JD Vance is talking about, you don't just have to apply that to American culture. You can apply that to um, culture for men in general, to culture in general, whenever it's in Europe or whatever. Like for example, men being men. That's just like a universal culture which young men and men in general want to do. I don't think that's just an American trait. Even though it's just not just an American trait, excuse me, but having to apologize for being a man. Yeah, that's along the lines of having to apologize for being white. Imagine yourself this. You're a minority, okay? You go to school and your friends you go to school or you go to college or whatever or work and you got white friends, and then all of a sudden you get there and then they say to you out of nowhere, I apologize for being white. I understand if you don't want to be my friend just because I'm white. If I had that said to me when I was at college or I was at school, I wouldn't know what the hell to say to that. If anything, the only response I would say to them is, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's like I'll be like, "I don't care what color you are." It's like your color has no bearing on my friendship with you. I mean you're a human being at the end of the day, so that shouldn't even matter. And yeah, the woke culture is 1,000% at fault for doing this, and you could blame corporations, especially like BlackRock, who have been pushing this agenda non-stop. And the thing is, and the thing is, right, if men want to be men, now they get chastised for it. And if anything, I would think men being men is a trait that women would find attractive. It's like I don't think it's all women or young girls that find men wanted to be men. Like it's such a turn off. I disagree with that completely. There may be a certain sector of women that feel that way, or let's say idiots who feel that way. But yeah, I honestly think the whole thing about him when he says, yeah, do you want like safe communities? Do you want to feel good to feel like being a man, feel good about that, right? I honestly think that's a universal trait. That's a universal culture in my opinion. It doesn't just have to be it just for American culture whatsoever. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.